What's going on, everybody? It's Alex and David, the Biggie Talls Show. We are back, and we're gonna be hopefully continuing this more often than we said
Then
before.
was it like a year ago, the last one we did?
I'll look it up. It was a
It's
long
it's
time
been
though.
it's been a hot minute.
It's been more than a week. I know that. Why am I
I'm
using
gonna
this?
say 8 months.
8 months.
Oh no, probably more.
I think it might be a little longer than that.
I'll say 10. 10. I'm going with 10. I'm gonna lock in 10 months.
I'll say I'll say at least 12. No. Um. Oh. What did I say? What did I say?
Would you say 12?
Oh, we're both between it. It's 11 months ago. Was the first and only pilot episode, but it was a pilot.
So
So
yeah, it was
with
a
how
yeah.
and how
What we
pilots,
spent a year getting our shit together. Is that what you're trying to say?
well, yeah, and how pilots work is we have to fix it. That one we did it together in person, but our schedules always change, so it's hard to do that. So our pilot was getting the gear because you got your computer and everything, and a new mic,
I think you're
and
just trying to justify us being lazy as shit. I think that's what you're trying
uh,
to do.
maybe just a bit,
That's
maybe
what it sounds like. It sounds like you're just trying to justify laziness at its finest.
maybe just a wee bit, but
Yeah.
there's also been a lot of changes that happened since then.
I mean, yeah, because I finally got a decent setup, so I can actually do it from my
You
house and
got a
not have to
decent
like
setup.
jerry rig it off your house.
You switched rooms. We remodeled my whole upstairs.
I was in a different house last time.
Oh, whoa, you were.
Yeah,
Well, they don't
I
know
didn't even
that.
have a room. I didn't even have a
Yeah,
room technically. I lived in a closet last time we were doing this.
yeah, they don't know that, but I completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm just saying like that time frame. Like it's been that long. I was living in a
I didn't even
fucking
think
storage
about
room.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, like I mean, and yeah, I mean, like I said, our schedules are so crazy. Like at least, especially like mine and yours is getting better, but um, they just don't match
But
up
other things have kind
sometimes.
of mellowed out a little bit. At least now we can do it. My internet survives.
Yo, that's the trick. Yeah, we don't want you to be the new Taylor.
Get
um,
booted offline every 2 seconds.
but yeah, I mean, like that's definitely a plus being able to do it like this.
You hear that?
No, I don't
Soon
actually.
as, soon as I fucking start recording, cops everywhere.
No, your mic doesn't pick it up. Your mic definitely cuts
Cool.
that out. Like you started looking around, I was like, "What is he looking at?" Like I'm looking at the window, like the blown out
Well,
window of the
there's
sun.
like
Like what is
there's like
that?
7 cops in front of my house right now.
I heard the conversation before we started recording about the cops. I mean, that's an off-topic thing, but
Yeah, no, no,
um, but
it's like
yeah,
a
like
bunch.
yeah, I was like that. Like I was listening to it, I was like, that's so weird. Like I don't know what I was like, I don't know what's going on, but like that's just something that's real weird. And then I'm just gonna leave this Skype logo. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
So I can stop looking over here. But yeah, yeah, we've been definitely been lazy doing it, but
more or
I think the
less.
time spent might have helped it be better off in the long run.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll pan out. Maybe I'll actually start to be able to actually do something better than just not doing it.
Yeah, especially with that new setup,
Yeah, I'm finally glad I finally got a setup that I can actually use and utilize for once in my life and not actually have something that doesn't work.
like a laptop with no mouse or external keyboard.
I don't know. I like how I had to go overkill with the Samsung 4K.
Dude, that was a purchase though.
Yeah, it
The
was.
next day when I looked at it afterwards, I was like, it makes sense. Like the difference in it wasn't too bad, and the price difference wasn't bad for what you're
No,
gonna
it
be using
wasn't.
it for.
No, I can do some gaming on it. I can design on it. I can get a lot of things done with it. So, I guess, in retrospect, buying it, the thing next is I just want to get a tower going,
Yeah,
build
it's nice.
something. I just want to get something with an i7. I don't want to go back to AMD. I'm so done with it.
It's even been 2 months since I started vlogging on this channel. Yeah, that shows how much.
Procrastination. My first video went up on my new channel, actually.
Oh yeah, what's your new channel?
I don't want to talk about it.
No.
It's a surprise.
All right.
I gotta get things rolling. I had to send an email out 'cause I gotta get a link actually going.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I don't have a like a customized link.
Yeah, you won't get customized links until you get a certain amount of subscribers.
No, I got
We,
pull.
yeah, I know what your pull is.
Well, no, my pull from my old MCN, I can actually get it
Yeah,
because I
that's
can
what I
tell
meant.
them it's a new one. Yeah, so
Yeah. How is
I
that
gotta
gonna
talk to
work
them.
if
How's
you
that gonna
didn't want
work?
to be
Well,
with them?
I'm gonna tell them that it's gonna be part of it. I'm just not gonna sign the contract over.
Oh, okay, okay. That's what I
So
was.
So they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you're
You're
totally
totally
cool with
good.
doing." And then I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, no, don't worry about it." And then I'm not gonna do it. Or
Yeah.
I may just try to let it run its course in the background and see actually how it pans out.
Yeah, definitely.
I
I'm
don't know.
gonna
It needs some
restart
tweaks.
mine.
Like even before I like uploaded the first video, I could already tell that I needed to do some
Yeah, my
edits.
old new channel, the one I made to get the names down. I need to. I actually have the tag. It's like a year old, so I still have my personalized tag on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just need to get graphics, and I need to delete all the videos on it and restart completely. Um, and I think the first thing I'm posting on it is my Digimon still Let's Play series,
Oh yeah, yeah, you got that Digimon
because
game.
that's gonna be fun. I don't know, like that's the thing. Is like that game definitely seems like a game where I feel like I want to focus solely on it. So I think it's more of a recording game than a streaming game. And now that you have a PC, we can stream. I can stream other shit,
Yeah.
the fun shit.
What, me sucking ass at CS:GO for once?
Yeah, we're both of us sucking ass at H1Z1.
That
Um,
too.
so you had a topic or two, right?
Yeah, I had a couple written down that I actually wanted to talk about and kind of get covered so we can actually start getting the ball rolling and stuff. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
find one of the topics real quick.
Do you want to talk about those first while you look that, or do you want to talk about
I mean, we can
Deadpool?
talk about. I mean, we can talk about. Uh, I mean, we could start with just, like just go off the list. I mean, we can go right off the bat with Deadpool, how that just came out
Yeah.
last weekend.
So we saw it Saturday, right? So a week ago
Uh, yeah,
from
so yeah, a
recording
week
it.
ago.
So about a week ago, God damn it. Um,
Piece of shit.
so we've given enough time to let it sink in and let it. We all had great remarks from it coming out of it. Um, especially the box office
I
stats for
never
it.
when I first heard that Fox was going to be doing the Deadpool um movie, I was not thrilled. I mean, I'm not a huge Deadpool fan to begin with. Like
Mm-mm.
he's never really been uh anybody in my Marvel, like my catalog of Marvel superheroes that I really enjoy or anti-hero, whatever the hell you want to classify him as.
Yeah.
Like he's never been super like relevant to my interests more or less. I mean, like I've had a couple of comics where like he does a stupid like where he jumps in, but I was like, all right, Deadpool, that'd be cool. The only time my interest actually started getting piqued was when Fox announced that it was actually gonna be rated R,
Yeah.
because just knowing how raunchy Deadpool can actually be from the comics, I was like, all right, I'll kind of give it a go. And I really didn't plan on actually going to see it so soon when it came out, but everything just kind of lined up to go and check it out. So I figured, oh, why the hell not? We'll go check it out, see how it was. And I was actually really surprised on how well it was. They portrayed a lot of the characters right. Even with the X-Men, I was actually really proud that they got Colossus for once
Yeah.
down pat. Apparently, I heard Colossus was actually supposed to be pretty good in Days of Future Past. Was that
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
most
I
recent
think
X-Men?
so.
I haven't seen that one, so apparently Colossus was pretty spot on in that one, but I haven't seen that one,
I
so
I own it, but I don't know how much I remember of it.
yeah. So like backstory, my favorite X-Men is Colossus. He's always been just kind of. I'm not a huge X-Men person, but I always thought, I mean, hell, if I can be Steel and just like crush shit,
Yeah.
um, I'm totally gonna be Colossus. And I just liked how he was always kind of like that Boy Scout. He was always just like, oh, I'm super polite, but I can pop your head like a pimple
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I'm really powerful, but I'm not gonna do anything.
So I was really happy that they kind of had him be very modest and gentleman-esque and
Yeah.
actually give him a Russian accent for once.
Yeah. That's another
Uh,
thing. Yeah.
Instead of, what was it in X2 where they had him look like that jock, where he
Oh yes.
where
Yes.
he looked like the little jock kid or like freaking high school jock. It was so annoying.
Yeah. He looked real weird. He looked all out of place. You're like, I don't know how I feel about this character. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care for him in that. But I mean, the movie Deadpool in a whole though I think was pretty good. I was uh shocked. I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it was. I was expecting it to either be very downplayed, kind of like the X-Men movies are, where if you're an actual comic book fan, you're not going to enjoy the movies, but if you're
Yeah.
just kind of looking at it as like a cinematic thing, it's like, it's got, action, some adventure, it's solid. That's what I was kind of like expecting it to be, but they had a lot of good things with Deadpool that I thought actually worked. So,
So,
you
so,
know,
so out of 10, what do you think? What would you rate it for you?
uh, I'll give it, I'd give it like a 9.
Yeah,
I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
I
I
definitely.
mean, it was solid. It was, I mean, I laughed a lot during that
Yeah,
movie. I liked a lot of the jab. They did a good job at breaking the fourth wall and actually like having Ryan Reynolds kind of
play
jab
off
at
of it.
previous characters and
Yeah,
actually have a lot of good things. So it was good. I was gonna say something, but I figured it would spoil it, so I kept my mouth shut.
yeah.
But
Um,
no, it was good. I would definitely recommend it, even if you're not like a huge comic book fan or something like that. It's just a really good movie because Deadpool, he's not really he's not a superhero. He's kind of like that anti-hero kind of aspect where he just
yeah,
kind of
hundred
does what he
percent.
wants, doesn't give a shit. So it was definitely a good setup. I
Yeah,
liked it.
I don't.
Definitely better than what I thought.
I'm not a big comic book person. Like I never read comics or anything growing up. I only ever watched like the shows and stuff. So I didn't know much about Deadpool at all. So I went into it
Yeah, I
just
think I
like
think the only TV show
meh.
Deadpool was in was I think The Amazing Spider-Man a couple of times.
Must
Not
have.
the Amazing. Was it The
Mm,
Amazing Spider-Man? It was a Spider-Man, one of the Spider-Man series. I don't know. No, it wasn't Spider-Man and Friends. It may have been Amazing. I can't remember. But it was one of the Spider-Man episodes because I remember seeing him in it, and he was downplayed a little bit. But what are you gonna do? I mean, you can't make Deadpool super raunchy for a kids show.
yeah, like I definitely had. He was in the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate. Okay, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
the Amazing Spider-Man's the new little kid one, right?
No, Amazing
Um,
was a while back, I think.
Deadpool's also in X-Men the animated series. Briefly.
Was it?
Yeah. And there's only like I've only
Wait,
seen two clips online about it, but yeah, I wasn't a big comic book person, but like, and then when everyone was freaking out about it being rated R, I was like, all right, as a film dude, like I was really interested, but then in my head I was like, I know how the rating systems work, so like even just a few
I mean, they dropped
suggest
3 or 4 F-bombs, and there's
yeah,
there's a
and then
rated
it
R.
flips it right away. Yeah, they just take it. And most of the time, with the only difference is that with you could tell that it was gonna be good because Marvel as a company decided not to cut things to keep the rating lower. And then as soon as it's the beginning of the movie, as soon as the dude gets splattered against the fucking highway sign, I was like, I'm gonna enjoy this movie from
Yeah.
both sides of the aspect. And
No,
I
it was definitely a good movie. It definitely exceeded pretty much all my expectations because I kind of went into it not expecting anything really from it.
yeah.
Um, I
And
mean,
you learned a lot not knowing, like for me, not knowing really who Deadpool was, except
yeah,
for
it
how he
definitely fills
regenerated.
you
That's the
in.
only thing I
Yeah,
ever
it
knew.
fills you in, and it really it got everything going. The beginning was a little slow.
Yeah, I
But
definitely,
I
and
mean, I guess for character development, for you to kind of like understand who the character is and actually what like is going to be going on, I guess it's not too bad.
and his girlfriend in the show, in the beginning of the show or the movie, right? She's actually a mutant on her own
Hmm.
in the universe. I don't remember who it was. Mimic,
I
I
can't
think, or
remember.
something like that. Copycat.
I think it was, I can't remember.
But
I haven't read a
so
comic book in years.
I heard someone talking about that the other day, and I was like, I haven't read comic books, so I was like, maybe. I was like, I don't know how that would fit together. That might just be Marvel doing their own thing, like figuring out what they want to add to where.
Hmm.
And like, especially with the lineup that they have this year, I think this is a good start for the year for them.
I thought it was yeah. It's definitely something good. It kind of played on how I wish the Avengers would have played off.
100%.
I wish the Avengers could have been a little bit more, you know, gritty as
Yeah.
Deadpool was. Because I mean, yeah, Deadpool was more or less a comedy, but it definitely had like its grit and like, I mean, you can only take so much. Or at least for me, I like blood and gore. So
Yeah. Yeah.
not having enough, um, when the
Yeah.
Hulk freaking
I
smashes the tank and there's nothing to show for
Yeah,
it. It's like,
I totally agree. And it's weird because I'm even a more comedy driven person. Like overall, if I was to choose a movie, usually it's like a comedy or something like that, or like a very thick story.
Hmm.
But yeah, like in the Avengers, like I've only seen the Avengers, like once in theaters and maybe a few times out when I was like playing somewhere. Because like yeah, like there was something missing, and it must have been like the way the fights were happening, and like even though it was
Because they were,
kind
they
of
were, they were,
funny,
I mean, they were pandering it to obviously a wider
yeah,
audience, and I
and
get
they were
why they
definitely
they,
selling
they did
shit.
Deadpool R, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like they
Wolverine,
could have
new
stretched. I feel like they
Wolverine.
could have stretched the envelope on making the PG-13 rating for Avengers a little bit more PG-13-esque.
Um, yeah, like it's kind of like what they're like. There's a lot of things that happen with, especially like superhero movies that I don't understand. Like the news, like I know that I personally, like I said, I don't read comics, so that like there was a lot right and wrong, and there was I mean there's also things I didn't like about like the Amazing Spider-Man series or whatever, the first
Is that the
two,
one with the Garfield
yeah,
kid?
with Andrew Garfield, but I can say
I don't think I saw the first one.
I like the second one.
I,
It I heard
I
it followed the
didn't
comics, but I definitely no one, especially me, Jamie Foxx got shafted.
don't
Like I did
I
not like that character at
can't
all.
stand Jamie Foxx as an actor
Yeah, like
really.
I didn't like it.
That and then apparently Rhino was supposed to be in it, but then they only had like maybe a minute of screen time for Rhino.
Um, yeah, like the other issue is that
Because like Paul Giamatti was supposed to be Rhino or something like that, or
I don't know. There's an Ultimate Spider-Man reboot coming in 2017, which I don't like. But
yeah,
like,
because they brought the new kid.
and that's the thing. Like, yeah, like the one thing I can say from Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield definitely played Spider-Man in my opinion better because he looked more of the part of getting bullied and beat up, and then like his whole thing changing.
Well, that was also a little hard to believe, when Tobey Maguire is 27 years old playing a fucking college kid
That's
or a high
true.
school kid. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's like,
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I liked the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
I like them as I remember them, but I haven't seen them since
I
I was a
remember
kid.
the third one when I saw the third one. I was extremely upset with the third one.
It's like the
Not to
Matrix.
mention, I've never seen any of the Matrix. I couldn't get through the first one.
Yeah.
What was it? They had I'm trying to think of the actor's name. The guy from that '70s show,
Which one?
Red Sun.
Oh, Eric, but I don't know his actual name.
Yeah,
I'll look it
whatever.
up. The 2000 Amazing Spider-Man 3.
It was the one with Tobey Maguire, the third one, Spider-Man 3,
Um, as what character?
Venom.
Oh, Venom. Topher Grace.
Hold on,
Yeah,
one sec.
Topher Grace.
Is
That's
that his
Eric
name?
Foreman. Yeah.
Dude, you can't. What was his name? Was like, cause I can't remember Venom's name. Like Eddie Brock or something like that.
Yeah,
Supposed to be like,
it's Venom and Eddie Brock. Yeah.
yeah. You can't. Eddie Brock was always like this kind of like big bully kind of guy, and they have like Eric Foreman.
This kid that everyone knows is getting bullied and beat up for
Well,
years in that '70s show.
I mean,
The
like,
scrawny
you
dude.
can't. And then Venom was so teeny and puny, and it's like, all you gotta do is a quick Google search of Venom in the cartoon series, and he's just this hulking
Yeah.
monster of like fear, and it's like you can't
Yeah,
make
he like always on
Venom.
like a roid rage. It seems
And then Sandman was
the
so
worst.
bad.
The only thing I can ever remember from Spider-Man 3 is emo Tobey Maguire.
Dude,
That
I
is the
mean,
one thing I always I'll never
it
forget, and I
almost
hated it.
feels like it almost feels like when they were making that movie, they just didn't give a shit.
I mean, it seemed that way, and like it was bad because, like I said, like my family during like Thanksgiving and stuff, we always watched Spider-Man, one of the first original Spider-Man, or the Santa Claus. So I was like, just put on Spider-Man, for the love of God, put on
Yeah.
Spider-Man. And after a while, like when Spider-Man 3 came out, they put it on. I was like, put on the Santa Claus. Like I don't want to watch this movie anymore. Like so, I've watched them so much that I just tuned them out completely. But like, yeah, like it definitely, there's definitely things about the story in the original Spider-Man were better. The portrayal wasn't as good, and then the portrayal of the characters in the Amazing Spider-Man was better than the original, in my opinion.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield wasn't bad. I didn't mind him.
So that's kind of
Uh,
where why
why isn't he in the new ones?
I don't know. Maybe because if it's the same director, didn't he speak up about not liking the outcome of the movie? I think that's what. I think he was the one
I
that
can't.
spoke out. Like I
I think it
didn't.
was. I think it was something about him like pissing and moaning about something or
I
other
would
or
have done
whatever.
it too, though. But
Yeah, I
yeah, I
don't
mean,
remember.
but like, yeah, like the acting is definitely a thing I noticed after my schooling. So much now, and Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool played it so well.
Yeah, he was on point with
Like
that. I was
even
happy with that.
and especially knowing like the rules that movies have to succumb to, especially of like title sequences, like title cards in the beginning and end. Like finding the workaround of the title cards and just the beginning of like calling each of them themselves like douchebags and stuff was like fun. Like it already started out
Yeah.
real fun. And but it was real serious. Yeah, it was real serious. I think I'd give it an 8 just cuz I don't know Deadpool. So I can't really like give it anything higher without knowing what other people what was
So I mean,
supposed to be
it'll
there or
round to
not.
like an 8.5 out of 10
Yeah.
collectively, which I mean is pretty solid because usually I'm an asshole when it comes to movies.
Yeah, I'm pretty picky. I definitely and it definitely feeded to me too as like as like a film dude like that I go to school for it all the time like narrating some of the film styles that they're using in certain scenes and I was just like I see what you did there.
It was good. It was definitely good. I think it's gonna help kind of broaden
Yeah,
Marvel's fan base.
especially with Wolverine coming out as rated R2 now.
Oh, is
It's
it?
rumored, yeah. I don't know if they rated it yet.
I didn't know there was gonna be another Wolverine movie. Are they trying
Yeah.
to like make it not suck now for once?
Right?
Because holy shit, Origins. It was funny. When I went to see Origins the first time, I think I was with my
Are they all
dad.
called the Ultimate when they're in fucking they must be.
But yeah, when I went to go see Wolverine, like the Wolverine Origins story, is that what it's called? Wolverine Origins
Origins,
or
yeah.
the first one, like that they did that was shit.
Yeah.
I went with my dad
Oh,
back in the
X-Men
day,
Origins
and
Wolverine, yeah.
yeah, I went with my dad, and I think it was right when they met Gambit. The fire alarms went off in the theater,
Oh, really? That's
and we had
funny.
it. We had to evacuate, and then they're like, "All right, well,
Gambit's
we're
one
closing the
coming out.
theater down." And so I thought it was hilarious that like I never saw it. So like from what I saw up to it, I was like, it seemed all right. And apparently everyone's like, no, pretty much after he meets Gambit, the movie just turns into complete dog
I
shit.
only ever remember Gambit from that movie. Um,
I didn't like him.
I know. No, I don't. I didn't either. I only remembered it because
I like
my.
how they brought the Blob in, which kind of made me funny. I
I
thought
only
that was
ever
great.
remember it because Nigel really liked
Wasn't Will I Am in
Gambit.
that movie?
I have no idea.
I think
Um,
Will I Am was in that movie.
that'd be funny. But yeah, like yeah, the new Wolverine is supposed to. It's coming out after Gambit.
Oh, so it's gonna be in a while.
Yeah, Gambit comes out in October.
Does it
Um,
really? Is it that soon already?
yeah,
Is that's gonna be with Channing Tatum, right?
probably. And I never knew much about it, but my buddy Najo really liked Gambit, so I had to hear so much about it that like I'm kind of interested, but kind of like
Gambit was a pretty cool
worried.
character. I mean, he wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Um, to be honest, I'm more excited for whenever Now You See Me 2 comes out because I'm a magic dude. Like
I still haven't seen the first one.
I get it for you, but someone won't watch it to give it back. I'm about to just take it back. um, yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I like movies. We could talk about movies all day, but I know you wanted to talk about the Apple versus the FBI though.
I did, because I feel like a lot of people I've been talking to, I have a very one-sided
This,
opinion on it.
yeah, I don't know much
Um,
about it. Explain that.
Pretty much, back in December, the San Bernardino shootings, like the husband and wife shot up that like I can't remember. It was like the place for like mentally handicapped or something like that, or a children's place. I can't remember. But they shot up and they
Um,
killed like 14 people. That's not the important part. Pretty much, they killed everybody. Now the FBI has access to his iPhone, and they wanted Apple to create a back door, pretty much, for their encryption. For those who don't know, all Apple products are encrypted, so you can't access the information unless you've got like a certain series of passwords for it. which Apple doesn't even know for a lot of their their stuff because they feel that like your own personal information should be your own personal information, and most of the stuff that's encrypted really isn't anything that'll be detrimental to anybody really wanting to get besides like a credit card information or something like that that's on your phone.
Yeah, yeah, things that they can actually see.
And so pretty much what the FBI was going to is they were like, "Hey, we want you to create a backdoor so we can get in and get all the information." And Apple's like, "We've given you all the records that we can, that we have access to, that you really need, that's relevant to this situation. Everything else seems a little bit over excessive, and we're not going to help you out with that." And I agree with Apple on that. For the sole purpose of they were saying, if we create this, back door for our encryption, it's gonna open up
It's a
this whole
floodgate.
can of worms, and it's just gonna. I mean, it'll get out there. I mean, that's how technology works. I mean,
Yeah,
once they open up that encryption, and there's a way to get into it because you can't just do it for one device. Because I mean, if you're gonna find a way to decrypt everything, because all their encryptions are based off the same concept.
yeah, it's the same thing,
So
just like a little
if
different.
you if you try to do it for that one, there's gonna be ways to find around other people's, and then as they were saying, like it'll open like a Pandora's box, so to speak, of just people hacking into other people's phones and taking, your
Everything.
pictures and your personal information that you don't need that the FBI can get without needing your iPhone to begin with.
Yeah,
So it,
like they
it,
can
it seemed a
check it.
little, yeah,
It's like the
it seemed a little
old.
out of the way, and a lot of people are kind of like siding with the FBI, saying like, "Oh, we agree. We think that Apple's being a little stickler," and it's like I don't. There's nothing that the FBI couldn't get that they. If the FBI wanted it, they would already have it, pretty much. I
Oh
mean, it's
yeah,
the
hundred
freaking
percent.
FBI. I
I
mean,
mean,
it's nothing that's gonna be that they can't get a hold of. So for them to sit back and be like, "Oh well, we can't access anything," I think is kind of BS. And I mean, just look at like like a really good one is just like looking at how like with dev kits and stuff like that with like Microsoft and all their JTAG Xboxes, that's how everyone's been able to take down Microsoft servers. I mean,
yeah,
JTAGs aren't really relevant anymore, but I mean that was the stepping stone into getting into being able to take down the
yeah,
servers
they had
for
all the
Microsoft
information.
super quick. So I mean, just last
You give someone
weekend,
the information, you're destroyed.
some terrorist group, some hacking group took down Xbox Live last week for multiple times,
I wouldn't know.
uh, stating that they wanted to test their servers to see if they could handle it so they could go attack ISIS. And it's like that's bullshit. You weren't trying to you weren't readying yourselves to go attack ISIS. You were
No,
fucking taking down Microsoft's Xbox Live
to
servers
be
to
an
be a piece of
asshole.
shit. I mean,
Yeah,
you can try to sound like, oh, well, I was doing it for the glory of the good. No, you weren't. You're just being a bunch of assholes. And you're like, well, I'm just going to take down this. And they did it to like a couple other major banks and stuff like that. And it's like, no, see, this is why Apple's like, well, we don't want to give you all this information because people are able to, ruin people who are just trying to have fun on like playing Call of Duty and Halo and stuff like
yeah,
that. That it was completely down. I mean, you couldn't do anything. Connectivity was, through the roof. I mean, all you have to do is go back like the last week and check out the Xbox support page on Twitter, and it's just full of like, "Oh, we're down right now. We'll be back up. We'll try to figure it out." And it's just all weekend long of them trying to figure out what's going on.
yeah. Like especially with like opening up anything, the people that are supporting it are people that they don't know how much access other people that know what they're doing have.
Pretty much. And it's like,
And
well, I look at it this way. It's like, I mean, you everything that you need to get from this guy, I mean, you can get from the service provider.
yeah,
You can get through the iCloud. Because the iCloud's not encrypted. If they have something
yeah,
to say to the iCloud, you'll get it. I mean, pretty much everyone backs everything up to the iCloud without even realizing it. I
yeah. Your
mean, I
phone
know
backs
so
up
many
every day.
people. I know people all the time are like, "Oh my God, how is my iCloud full?" It's because Apple pretty much automatically updates it. So I mean, anything that's
Every
like
morning, if your phone's connected to the Wi-Fi, it'll back it up.
I mean, you're not gonna find like some scantily clad pictures of Farouk on the fucking on his phone, like wielding an AK. That's like, no, this is definitely the guy who did it. And it's like, no, we already know he did it,
Yeah,
and we know what was going on. You already have access to his emails because I mean, having an encrypted iPhone
you already have everything
doesn't
you
have
need.
anything to do with that. If he's got a Gmail account, go to Google and be like, Google, give me the information for
Yeah,
his email so we can see who
the
he's been
only
emailing, or Yahoo or AOL or something like that.
the only thing that they want the information for the reason for other they'll probably end up saying if they didn't already, I don't know, I didn't read the article much, that they they wanted to figure out how to prevent other things, but that's not going to happen. Like yeah, if you have anything you want, you do it. It's not like like you said, they can get anything they need easy. Like before iPhones and smartphones, every person that had like a flip phone, like an old school like Nokia, there's an icon that would pop in the top corner of your phone, and it would be Homeland Security looking at your phone. Like that was a thing I've heard people had happen to them that worked like higher
Well,
like and
I
like it's
mean,
like things that
the whole
happen.
reason that they were trying to push this is because the judge, I think it was like Sherry Prim or something like that. She's using the All Writs Act of like 1789 to say that pretty much any person or business uh, that weren't involved, if by court order they
Yeah.
have to do it, they have to like partake in it.
Yeah, they could
And it's
not
like, well, that's
compel a third party that is not involved in a crime to assist law enforcement.
that was the other article or the other part where for New York against the telephone company that they were in that article,
Okay.
and and that's the counter argument. It's like, well, what's
It was AT&T and
why does
Verizon.
Apple need to do it? I mean, we don't. I mean, we're all on this like, it's the same concept with people with guns. Like, oh, guns are bad, but like no one ever goes after Smith and Wesson. They go after the psychopath who fucking shoots him with a Smith and Wesson.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Apple's fault that he decided to go shoot up all those people. So I mean, why does Apple have to get their hands dirty
Well,
with,
yeah. This article even
nonsense that
says
doesn't benefit them?
this article even says that they already have the power to get data sorted out on online services like iCloud, Google Gmail through search warrants, and they can get phone records, phone calls, text messages from Verizon and AT&T.
Yeah, so
Like,
like what's the
what do you
point?
need? What
Like
else do you
why do
need?
you what else there's nothing on the iPhone that's going to be
Yeah.
damning evidence to like, oh, well this is how they got it. No, there's nothing to be on
Yeah,
that. There's
everything you would
nothing.
need is already out there. The only things that you would get from finding this back door is a back door to everyone else's phone.
Pretty much what that's going to do is, man, it's just going to open up another like can of worms for a bunch of hackers and everything like that who are just going to want to fuck with everybody. And then,
Oh yeah.
especially because Apple Pay is a big thing now. Like the first thing I thought of was everyone who's got Apple Pay, if they open up this encryption, people's information is going to get stolen so quick. People are going to be buying flights and stuff like that to other places through people's Apple Pay because all you have to do is find a way to get around that friggin'
Well yeah.
card reader, and that's
Literally
that.
literally if I hold my phone and I don't even use it much, if I ever don't have a credit card, my phone is my credit card. Like you could literally get to my credit card as simple as you could if you get into anyone's phone like that.
Yeah, so it's to get through that encryption. I think it's stupid and it's completely useless. And it's been something that's been pissing me off to see a bunch of people, at least that I know, who are like, "Oh man, FBI is just trying to help everybody." I'm like, no, they're not. They just want an easier route than what they have.
Yeah, and the New York Times even says the first line of the last paragraph is Congress would do great harm by requiring such backdoors. Criminals and domestic and foreign intelligence agency could exploit such features to conduct mass surveillance and steal national and trade secrets. Because
Hmm.
even not even yeah like I didn't even think about that. Like even
Congressmen use
non-civilians,
iPhones.
everyone uses a smartphone of any kind.
I mean, it's a 50-50 split when you really look at it. I mean, if someone's got an Apple or an Android, I mean,
Yeah,
it's more or
and
less
a lot
split
of
down the middle.
and like we
And a
have
lot of
someone
people tend
that
to use
works for the
iPhones.
government. We have someone that works for even like the school board, which is still the government. They
Hmm.
they got an iPhone from their work. Like they were
Yeah.
given a work phone that was an iPhone. That's a
Hmm.
lot of power if you had that privilege.
Exactly. So
And
creating that
people already
backdoor, I
get
mean,
blipped for
as long
knowing
as,
things.
and you don't even have to like, all you have to do is be like, oh, we've got this encryption now, so we can get through the back door. Someone will find out how to get it. I mean, it'll only take time.
Well, yeah, like
I mean, you could still get through encryption without it. I mean, if you really wanted to. So it's just like, why make it easier?
well, yeah, and they have like, and especially a group of people that have so much power to and so much knowledge there, or people with computers and technology that they could do it. Yeah, like you said, anytime they wanted to. It would just take longer than having information,
Yeah,
and
it's
the
pretty
only
much
reason they don't
if you
do it
made
is
backdoors,
because they're
it's even
worried
a
about
shortcut.
Apple knowing.
Hmm.
They're worried about Apple going, hey, what are you guys doing on this server? Like what are you guys doing here? Like, and then them getting in trouble. That's the only reason they haven't done it yet. If they might have
Well,
already done
I
it. They
think
might
the
have just
reason
wanted it easier.
they're doing it is because they're afraid for another like Edward Snowden kind of thing to happen again.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I've been seeing that a lot on like on the internet was people like the memes that are now going around like if something's bad happening, tell us, and then the picture of Edward Snowden like I tried, like
Hmm.
like that like
No, and that was one thing, and it's like, you can bash on Apple for all their products all you want. You have to give Tim Cook some kind of credit for at least making a public announcement with that letter that he wrote.
yeah
and published it for like everyone to read. It's just like, hey, we're not doing this because it violates everybody's rights. Everybody who owns an iPhone
Yeah.
is pretty much going to get violated by the government for one guy.
Yeah.
Uh,
And every update you have a new terms of
that
service
doesn't
because they
win the
care
war
so
on
much.
terror. That just makes everybody more vulnerable.
Yeah. And they give, and then like yeah, you can say that too. Like every like, and that's why they're so. That's why like people hate it so much. But every time there's an update for a phone or a computer, you always have a new terms and service because they want you to know that they give a shit. Like
Hmm.
even I mean other
And what you're getting yourself
upgrades do
into.
it
If
too.
like you're like, oh
Yeah.
hey, you're not, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. And Apple's like, well, it's actually right there in the terms and service that we
Yeah.
have every right to do that.
Just
And
because
it's the
you didn't
same
read it.
concept. Yeah, just because you're, lazy piece of shit like everybody else who never reads the fucking terms and agreements. I
Yeah.
mean,
And then what they would
it's there
have
for a
to, and like
reason.
yeah, and if this was passed,
Just
they'd
like
also
people
have
who
to
got
pass a
all
new terms of
butthurt over
service.
Facebook taking their pictures
Yeah. Yeah.
from the terms and
You put
services.
it
If you
there.
upload it to their servers, it's
Yeah.
their servers. They're gonna do what they want with the fucking
Yeah.
photos.
The only thing you can do with it is watermark it and then advertise yourself when they took it. That's it.
Hmm. And I
But even
mean,
then, you put it on the internet, someone's gonna take it anyway.
yeah, it's
Google
free grabs,
yourself.
man. Yeah, it's free grabs. I mean, yeah, all
Yeah.
you gotta do is Google yourself and click images, and there's all your profile pictures and shit like that for any social media site that you've ever
Yeah.
had. It's all there right there for you.
Even down sites like the old MySpace, you can still find photos of it. Maybe not
Oh
as
yeah,
easy, but there's
my old
there.
MySpace profile picture's still up there.
I'm not using this. I'm not using my PC for this. I'll do it on the other computer. Um. Yeah, like I'll do it right now, and we'll see what like. Yeah, first thing that pops up is my SoundCloud, and then like some other people's stuff, but like it goes.
It's all there. I
Yeah,
mean, all you have to do is dig.
we even have like a Google Hangout like link or something on here that like I don't know because they just remember everything like image search. It's
People don't understand. If you post it on the internet, it's there forever.
yeah,
Whether you're not you
and
delete it later, it's still there. You never permanently delete anything off the
well yeah,
internet.
it's even worse that like I have like the most common name even with my old last name and my new last name that like I can still find even if I can only find one picture on the front page of my Google Images, I still found one with a very common name.
See, mine, if I type my last name in, it's very easy to find a lot of things for me and my family just because of my last name.
Yeah. I'm gonna test it.
It's like me and then like three lawyers or like a lawyer and then like some other guy like around my age.
Well, yeah, even not even in images, even just where it says suggested images, you're the second picture, third
Yeah.
picture, and it's on Pinterest.
Yeah,
It's a picture
I
on
haven't used
Pinterest.
Pinterest in 6 years.
Yeah, like so many, like, and it's even funny, like
I
because
don't even know I had a picture of myself on Pinterest, honestly.
right, and because literally on the first bar, right, under your name, there's three pictures of you. No, yeah, three pictures of you and one of Corey. Because and it's from your
People,
MySpace. Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be up there forever. And I mean, this nothing. I mean, that's why people were like
Like
always like,
even yeah, like all like I know because I know some of the work you've done for school and stuff. Like some of that's up here. Even like some of our friends, just because they're associated with you, are here. Um, what's his name? Uh, I'm 720. Something like that.
oh yeah,
The chubbier
he's
dude
up
that with
there.
like
Yeah,
the yeah, he's popped up here too. Just like
yeah, it's all like,
yeah, like it's like
anything you've
it's
ever
so
done is
easy
gonna
to
be up
find
there.
anything you want to find. Like that it's like it's so easy that like there's no need to do anything um
It's not
drastic.
even research. It's just a Google search right
Yeah.
there. You're not even doing a bunch of research. It's just right there.
Yeah. And like I mean and there's so many sites that have different even different security questions that like you could find almost any of them anywhere like naturally. Like just by just a Google search, like, and I mean like pets and stuff, like you know, like there's always that stereotypical like people choose your first pet. That's everywhere. If you're born at a certain time, your first pet usually have a picture of it somewhere,
Hmm.
and it's like, oh look, this is my pet, piece of shit. I don't know, like, oh look, his first pet was piece of shit. Let's try that. You know, like
Yep.
it's so easy to do anything you want that it's like I don't understand why go through like going through all these extremes for this after we already know all the information we need to know. Like we
Yeah.
know everything. And how long ago was that? Like
Forever.
December. It was in December. Like, that's a long time for them to still be trying to find information that they expect no one to think they already know.
They have it.
I mean, it's definitely like
They're just
the
trying to
weapon wars
manipulate the
too.
system.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's definitely like the weapons and stuff too. Like where they always blame the weapon company, not the person using it. That's a whole nother fucking rabbit hole right there, though.
Yeah.
Weapons, oh man. Like,
Well, let's. I want to change topics. I wanted to talk about something that's a little bit more lighthearted.
a little bit more, a little bit.
Um, what are your? Oh, let me sit closer. What are your predictions for COD 2016?
Oh man, see, I don't
I put you on
know.
the spot for this one. I didn't even tell you
Yeah, I
about
don't
this
even
topic.
know because it's it's Infinity War confirmed, right?
It's gonna be Infinity Ward.
So the thing is that the last Infinity Ward game was really good, but
Ghosts.
yeah, the story. I'm talking about the campaign. I like the campaign from it because they went not as much as most. I'm definitely a Treyarch fanboy for campaign and stuff and multiplayer now. Now I got stuck over there after the last a few, but
Yeah.
like because I played Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4 so much that I just hope it's good, but I don't think it's going to be. There was a lot of issues with multiplayer Ghosts that I couldn't get through. And we played a lot of Ghosts. We even played like competitive and like all that. I definitely like that the games are bringing in like league play and competitive like public map playlists
hmm
because that's kind of where I am now. Like I've received a lot in Black Ops 3, but I don't give a shit too much. Like I get there a few times, like once or twice. Like, I got like ninth prestige on Xbox, and then we switched to PlayStation. I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Um, I don't even know the last time I played Call of Duty. Whenever we played the other day, like a week ago,
Yeah.
maybe. Um, so basically, as long as we're not able to jump the map, like in Advanced Warfare, and there's decent gun differences, so like they're not all the same. Like
hmm
obviously, there's gonna be a better gun and a better connected gun in any game, but as long as there's better server maintenance and everything going with servers
hmm
on, even if it's on both consoles, I don't care if it's on one or the other. As long as the consoles and the PC all have good servers, if they can, they have the ability to. They just choose not to.
I mean, I
Um,
would pay monthly subscription if
I
they
would
had
too.
dedicated servers.
I mean, we already pay. Everyone but PC already pays connectivity services to the consoles.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like that should be a
What do
thing.
you here? What do you want? Do you want something based in the future, or do you want to go back in time, or do you want to do present day?
And see, like, I think present day would be the most entertaining for me. Even as a Halo person, I would think present day would be the best for me because like it's not too much technology in the present day. Even if we imagine now what the militaries have now, it's still really technologically advanced, but
hmm
not I'm able to jump across the map. Like you still have
Yeah.
humanistic features and characteristics, but you still have like timers on grenades and stuff. Like there's still like like thermal like through wall thermal with like goggles and stuff. Like it's not just like a thermal scope. It's like just enough technology to feel futuristic, but not all the way leap to futuristic. And I think going backwards will please the older audience, but lose a lot of them still in the long run. Because they played it so much. Like how many hours do we have in Modern Warfare 2?
Well, this is my thing. COD 4,
Mm-hmm.
Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
We're all present day, or roughly present
Yeah.
day, give or take 20 years.
Well, yeah, and then obviously give or take the time that they came out.
And then yeah, Black Ops was Vietnam.
Yep.
Black Ops 2 was
Future.
um Future.
Yeah. I don't remember the Black Ops 2 campaign much. It was
Black
pretty
Ops 2 is
close.
the future.
Yeah.
No, it was
Oh, was
like
that the
200
one?
years in the future.
Was Black Ops 2 the one with the fucking like disc launcher on your wrist?
No, that was the Advanced Warfare.
No, no. I thought it was the grenade launcher on your wrist.
That was Advanced Warfare.
I thought Black Ops. It might have been Ghost that had it. One of them had like a really high tech campaign, but a basic multiplayer.
I personally would like to go back in time,
Yeah, like Mosin
just
Nagants and
because
stuff.
I, I'm thinking like Cold War, kind of
Okay.
like Cold War era, like not super far back, like not necessarily like Vietnam, World War II, like Cold War, kind of like the maybe like Bay of Pigs, maybe even stuff like that,
Okay.
or Gulf War. I mean, something where
Yeah.
it's not super far back, but it's still like, oh, we're in like the 70s, 80s
Like the Battlefield
kind of
eras that
thing.
they stay with.
Yeah, just kind
Well,
of
except
something
for the
like
new one,
that, kind of
but
change it up a bit.
yeah. And I definitely
I'm
miss.
just so sick of the future.
I am too,
I'm
especially with
so
like
tired
Advanced
of it because
Warfare
like
and stuff.
I would rather be playing if I wanted to try to play Halo.
Yeah. Yeah. My issue was is
Like I get it,
and
they're trying to
Crisis.
change it up and keep it fresh and keep it good, but it's
Yeah, like especially because
monotonous,
like
especially with the exosuit shit, dude. I
oh man,
am
that
so
I
tired
hated
of
it.
the exosuit shit. Even in Black Ops 3, like I don't mind it, but like the whole specialist,
Specialist is definitely a pull from Destiny.
no, it definitely
Um,
is.
and like there's like Call of Duty was originally like a really fast paced, realistic shooter that somewhere down the line turned into a blend of everything, which I don't like. Like I liked. I like Treyarch's games, but I don't know if I like Treyarch's games all for just the way it plays or just because they give a shit, or like more openly than like the behind the scenes stuff that the other developers do, where they give a shit. They just don't tell everyone what they're doing. Um, but like even maps that like we played hours in Black Ops 2 because of how much they advanced the game in Black Ops 3, it's like broken maps, like Skyrise now. Like a great map in Black Ops 2,
It shouldn't
miserable.
have been. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Wall run. I don't like wall running. I don't like anything like that. Like
I have found myself while playing Black Ops 3 to be out of the map more than in the map because of how high you can go and how like you jump on accident to just avoid like a few bullets and you're out of the map. You have to struggle to get back into the map before you can continue your fight. And
mhm.
most of the time I die because I'm already weak. And it's like why can I get out of the map then? Like the one time I want you to give me a fucking wall that I can't fucking cross, you give me nothing. But then like even in like Nuketown, you can't even jump. Like they give you this power. They even let you go out of the map for a few seconds, but you can't jump over the goddamn bus. What? Like just make it none. Make it none or all. Like that's it. Like
I don't know. I feel like Black Ops 3 would have been a lot better if they didn't have the whole exosuit.
yeah,
Even leave the specialists in. I mean, leave them in. I feel like if we could just take the exosuits away, I feel like Black Ops 3 as a whole would be a lot nicer.
yeah. Like I don't like the movement. The exo movement thing is always the thing I can't handle. Like even Halo 5 has it. Like not as bad, but like even just being like in Halo, it's weird for me to do that. And I was okay with like reach and stuff. Like I was a big Halo 3 and on before Halo player, but I was still able to adjust to reach. But you
Yeah.
added like certain movements in like the game. I'm like, this is weird. Like I can get used to it, but I'm not gonna love it. Which is kind of where Call of Duty is struggling for me. Which is why when Hardline came out, I played Battlefield Hardline for like hours on PC because I just didn't want to play Call of Duty. And it's not
Yeah,
even like an
no, I
age
agree.
thing. It's not even like us playing Call of Duty for so long. It's like the changes that were made feel like the games that we could be playing. Like the shooting is the speed of Call of Duty is unique to itself. The weapons are more futuristic like Halo, Crisis, or old school like Battlefield.
For me,
and the
it feels
maps are
like
just
Call of
retarded.
Duty's. It's always been an arena shooter,
Yeah.
and that's what I liked about it. But I feel like it's going more towards um like Unreal Tournament style
Okay.
almost.
And that's even weird
And
too.
I
That like they say they focus on the competitive side, but even when competitive comes out, everything they add is a misery to everyone that tries playing competitive until they have to suck it up and get used to it.
pretty
And
much.
there's changes always, like even in
I
like
mean, as long as
sports,
there's no more Advanced Warfare shit going on, I'll be happy.
when you can jump across the map from spawn in like a minute less than, you have issues. Like even
Yeah.
a sniper can't pick this person that quick. Even the best sniper. Like most of the snipers in Advanced Warfare didn't even snipe. Like they sniped very little. That was where the, the lull of the most montage I've ever seen on YouTube. Because they
Well, it was
all went to
just
red
it was
guns.
such a shitty pay to win situation.
I didn't like the gun system they did there either. I think Black Ops 3 to want to make extra money did well with what they did for their system, except for
My
weapons.
issue with their weapons that they now have put in, I'm totally fine with them having to be like, oh, well, we want you to use, buy COD points or just bust your ass for crypto keys.
Yeah.
But I think that they should have also been like, hey, we just put in these two new guns and the new camos, $10, they're yours.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that would have been a lot nicer, where it's like you can spend $10 and you can get the new guns and everything like that, or you can just
See, I think
keep trying to get crypto keys.
I
I
feel
think that
like
would have been a lot better.
I feel like the guns basic, right, should have been either given to the season pass holders or been able to be purchased separately. But the camos could be earned because that's what they want to do. They want to do like Counter Strike does. My tongue's blue. Um, but
No, I get that, and
and like
it's
so like,
fun
but
because
see
it
that's the
gives
thing
you
is,
more
yeah,
of a reason to
Counter
play.
Strike
But at the
gives
same
you
time,
cases for skins, right? But they give you the gun. You know what I mean? Like the R8 that you were using earlier, like that gun when it first came out, you had it already. You just didn't have skins for it,
yeah,
and that's where people can still enjoy the gun without having like the aesthetics that they want. Like even if the DLC weapons they added, even if they didn't have basic camos, right, like diamond and everything, even if they didn't have any of those, it would still be nice to get the base one.
yeah, no, I
Like
agree. That's
And I
that
like
was
and I
my
like
whole
Counter
issue
Strike
with all
keys.
that.
Like I like opening case. I can't do it now, but I like the
Yeah, would
concept.
you get like banned or
I'm
something?
banned for like 25 years or something,
Oh my God,
35 years or some shit. Like it
for
tells me
what? What'd you do?
uh
Oh,
some kid like screwed me over. It was one of those things where I'm banned until oh, it doesn't tell me here. But yeah, every time I load into my Steam, it says your trading privilege has been permanently suspended for violation of Steam trading policy. What happened
well,
was
you're not allowed to trade guns, or
I can't trade guns. I can't go to the marketplace and buy cases, so I can't buy like 20 cases and then 20 keys. I can only buy keys as I get a case for it, and I can't buy the case from people. I can only earn them from game. And I can't trade weapons because I was trading up with like through the market system with like people through to get a knife, like a good knife, without
yeah.
spending money. So it was like, and people do it on YouTube a lot. And that's what I really wanted to do when I started playing Counter Strike. I was like, oh, I could do this. And now there's betting, so like that's a whole new ball game that I want to be a part of. Um, and I was trading. We were trading up. Like I was trading back and forth with a bunch of people, just trying to get like even like 20 cent profit on the gun trade, with the market at that moment. Even if it would drop, like you get profit for a minute, and even if it's going like you're like, all right, I made profit, and you keep working your way up. I worked my way up to a bayonet safari mesh. I think it's only like $50, something like that. But from like $1.50, it's a really good jump. And when I was like, all right, well, I saw a trade offer from someone that said, if you can get this AK skin and that
Yeah.
knife, I'll take the AK and the knife from you for like a $200 increase because he wanted the AK skin that I had. So I said, um, okay, well that's no issue. And then I immediately traded someone else 2 weapons, but I posted a pending request from him where you can like I can log off and he'll still be able to accept it. He
Yeah,
saw that I was online, so he sent me one. We traded and bargained. We got our weapons, and he clicked accept to all of his pending requests. And because neither of us could had the weapons, it banned both of us immediately because it said we were scamming.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, man, but I got to bounce.
All right, man. That was fun. We'll definitely
So
do this more often.
hopefully not another year from now.
Yeah. Right. Don't get mad
All
about
right,
that. All right.
deuces.
Later.